Hello. I've had a gentleman ask me about my Woman Has Won page that I have on social media. He has also told me that I look ignorant by stating that woman has won the battle of life against aging and death. Uh, he uses strong words. He's a gentleman that contacts me quite often, actually, and he has what he calls uh, corrective and helpful criticism. But he states that I cannot say woman has won the battle of life against aging and death. And when I first posted such a post on social media and on my main website, I received a lot of flack from men, and I even received some from women. Men saying that women had nothing to do with it, women saying you're acting like women are some sort of slave of yours. How they got that from me talking about woman has won the battle of life against aging and death, I don't know. Apparently, there's just certain people that want to have conflict or want to have banter and debate about things that are so unnecessary because I mean nothing but the greatest respect to woman. But this gentleman tells me I look ignorant and that I shouldn't be saying it because I can't prove that woman has won the battle of life against aging and death, but I feel that I can, and I came to this conclusion after I had found the causes of aging, and after I found the cure, and I had some thoughts when I was a younger man about why were the goddesses of certain nations always the goddess of healing, the goddess of longevity, the goddess of youth, all these things, the goddess of beauty, all these different things. But you find in many cultures, such as the Roman, the Greek, and amazingly, even in the Hebrew, even in the history book that you can call the Torah, a religious book, but it's also a history book of the Hebrew, of the religion of the Judaism religion, Judean. But let's step into this a little bit here because I wanted to do this video to show my line of thinking on this issue. As I state, I found the causes of aging, I have found the cure, and nowadays I have found women that have helped me in science, helped me prove what I knew, but I had to have evidence. I had to have evidences of what I knew was taking place, and certain female scientists have helped me do that. So let me just expand on this a little bit here. We've got Minerva, we've got Athena here. Minerva was supposed to be the goddess of wisdom, of art, and of medicine. The Romans, even some of the Greeks, believed in her as a goddess as they feel that Athena and Minerva have a lot in common, which can be the fact that they both supposed to be the goddess of wisdom and art, all these things, but you can also state such things as the goddess of medicine and health because it's written in their history and it's documented by scholars in different books. You'll find one scholar that leaves it out. The next scholar you'll find has it in there, that they are the goddess of medicine. So let's look at Panacea and her sisters. She had 5 sisters. Panacea was supposed to be the goddess of the universal cure. That's why when you see in science and we see in medicine, you've seen those people say this is truly the panacea of medicine. And I've made that statement about my Gerivify serum elixir, that it is the panacea. And me speaking this, once the body is healed of aging and all of the contaminants of the body, then it becomes the panacea because it keeps the body so strong, so without the infection I call the synzonic plague, it allows the body to go without any disease. So it's truly the cure for all disease because the body becomes so strong that it can no longer contract disease of any kind. So I've used that term myself, panacea. Now her 5 sisters, Lasso, Asia, Hygiene, Menetrina, Agilea, my pronunciations, my broken jaw. I fractured and dislocated my jaw as a child, so you'll see me stretching my jaw quite often, but it affects my pronunciation, so I'm giving you my pronunciation on these names. But Menetrina is very unique in the fact that she is the goddess of longevity and health and youth. Very amazing. More of a Roman goddess, but the Greeks accepted her because the Romans said she was also a sister of Panacea. So we've got Epione, the mother of Panacea and her sisters, and she was the god of soothing pain. She soothed the pain from disease, from injuries, any kind of pain. She was the goddess of making the pain go away. Very intriguing to me. It's very unusual to me. Now you'll see other societies that they'll speak of women goddesses or women spirits, and it's always a woman that brings disease, that brings death, the goddess of plague, all these different things. You'll find this in the Hindu and other societies, to where they had goddesses that brought plague, that's the goddess of smallpox, things like that. But the Greeks, the Romans, and the Judeans, the Semitic, the Torah, shocked me when I finally decided to read the Bible after I got deep into my 40s. I was in my late 40s, and I decided to read the Bible, and I'd already had my thoughts on the gods and goddesses of Greece and Rome, and I looked at the goddesses, and I said, man, it's always longevity, it's always health, it's something similar to this that makes them so great, the goddess of wisdom, all these things. But then I was reading the Bible, in the very first book of the Bible, Genesis. I was shocked and amazed to find out that Eve, now the Bible writes Eve as being truly the original sinner, because she went against her father, she went against her husband, and she ate of the tree of evil and death, not the tree of life, but the evil death tree. And the creature, which was named Satan in the Bible, which most people realize and know now that Satan means adversary, merely means foe, enemy. But the Bible shows clearly that Satan brought death into man's garden, brought death into man's garden. So Eve ate of the tree, then she brought Adam the fruit of the tree, and then God became angry. He said he's going to punish them. But here's the amazing thing that struck me, is Eve is the goddess, because it says in the book of Genesis that Adam and Eve had become just like God, had become just like them, gods. God speaking plural. They have become as we are. They have become one of us. They have become like us. God states this. But then God says, I now wage war against you, Satan, her seed against your seed, implying that death is some sort of a spirit that wanted to be a woman and had attacked woman Eve. So Eve became the goddess of revenge, the goddess of war, and the goddess that will bring back life abundant, because she is the one that's pitted against death. Amazingly, Eve is shown to fight sickness and death, as all of the goddesses and all these other societies that I mentioned here. It is amazing to me that that's done. The Irish had Eirmid, the goddess of healing and resurrection. The Norse, the Germanic people, the children of Dan, they had the goddess Idun. The goddess Idun is the goddess of youth, longevity, and health. So I made up my mind then. I said, there's got to be something more to this. I know man loves woman. Is it the fact that man loves woman so much that he started science and he began forging metals and began making glass, so this day we could finally have microscopes, all these things. He began making gears to finally this day have motors. Did man do all this for his love for woman? I've always had this theory that if it wasn't for woman, if man divided and didn't do so sexually, just divided as though a microbe or some sort of a bacteria just divided, didn't do so through making love to his woman, and there was only man, there would be none of this. There would be no society. There would be no inventions. There'd be none of this because man does so much of what he does for woman. He makes a civilization for woman and the children they develop together, that they make together when they make love. If it wasn't for woman, if it was just man dividing, man would just be a beast running through the fields, fighting one another, maybe even eating one another. Who knows? But the fact that woman came along and he wanted her safe, he wanted her protected, and he wants to impress woman, and he wants to protect his children. So now we have civilization, we have inventions. So woman has a great meaning in all this. But why did the Greeks, the Romans, the Hebrew, the Sumerians, and different people, why did they all bestow such a powerful act upon the women goddesses of their culture? That they would be the ones to stand against death, that they would be the ones that would stand against aging, that they would be the goddess of longevity and youth. So when I knew I had my cure, I knew I had found the causes of aging, I said, you know, due to our ancestors, due to the writings of our ancestors and the many goddesses, such as as I say, the Celtic goddess, Airmid is the goddess of healing and resurrection, Adan, the goddess of youth and longevity, Medetrina, the goddess of longevity and health, Panacea, the goddess of the total cure, that nothing can stand against her because she is the universal cure, and all of her sisters had to do with the healing of war wounds, different things such as that. Her mother, Epheone, her mother, the goddess of soothing pain. And then I read the Bible, and there's Eve. She is the goddess of revenge. She's the goddess of war. Her seed against the seed of death, the seed of Satan, the seed of the adversary. The adversary of mankind has always been death. That is what the Bible is proclaiming. These other cultures are also proclaiming that we need a hero to stand against aging and death for us. And in these cultures, it is woman. Now, man is born through man making love to woman. And I thought about it, and the Bible declares that God, Jesus Christ the life, and Adam, the Son of God also, took these three men to make one woman. Three male spirits to make one woman. I'm looking at the history of different cultures here. Now, there is many cultures that declare the name of the first man and woman was Adam and Eve, or Ademe and Eva, whatever the case may be. But whatever their name was, there had to be the first man and the first woman. So the Bible states that it took three male spirits, two already gods and one becoming a god, Adam, to make one woman. And then when that woman is attacked by death, she becomes the avenger. She becomes the goddess of revenge, the goddess of war. So when I say woman is won the battle of life against aging and death, I have much evidence to prove this. Now, like I say, there's women scientists today that have helped me prove what I already knew. That was my problem. I knew the causes. I knew what it was going to take to cure us, but I had men tell me, you need to prove this. And I said, well, I need laboratories. And they said, well, you need money. And I said, you are very intelligent because that's exactly what I need is money. And I need laboratories. I need production laboratories. I need land. I need partners. I need investors. I need chemists. I need organic chemists. I need many people, and I need much money. I need laboratories. But they said, no, you're going to have to prove this to me. I told them, I said, well, my original hypothesis, my original theory, my epiphany I had, which I believe has been proven now, and I now call it law, that mankind in science has everything we needed to heal us of aging and death. I've already found the formula. But that was my original thought when I came into data research. I said, I've got to find evidence to prove I'm the truth, to prove that mankind already has all the knowledge they need. They've already found the causes, and they've got the cure in science. I just need to prove it. And I went into laboratories and journals and papers and magazines, textbooks, all these things. I watched lectures, anything I could do to find my proof I needed to prove me as a man who's telling the truth when he has the cure and he's found the causes. But why do I say woman is one? Is that not enough proof? Can I not say woman has won the battle of life against aging and death? Minerva, Athena supposedly fought Poseidon and became the god, the goddess of Athens. And they named Athens after her. Minerva, again, the goddess of medicine. Mediterranean, the goddess of longevity and health. Panacea, she can cure anything. She is the universal cure. Hermes, healing and resurrection. Adon, the goddess of youth and longevity. Can I not say woman is one? Can I not proclaim the statement that woman has now won the battle of life against aging and death? Our ancestors declared they would do so. Our ancestors said that woman was what was standing between us and death, was that gave us longevity. I believe it has a much deeper meaning, and I look for proof naturally. I've had a theory now for quite some time that I believe all this has a much greater meaning than we understand right now, or others don't understand right now, but I've understood for quite a while. But I look for proof. I look for evidence in medical and scientific data to where I can look at you and make that statement someday. And I believe it's true. I believe it's true 100%. But I must find the evidences to prove it. My name is Rodney Berry. I look for partners. I look for investors to now join me in Jerivify, the algorithm, and Serum Elixir, which is the cure for aging. Those who have aged can be cured as long as we have enough years left of their life to cure them, because it does take a decade of being on my Jerivify before the body starts bursting into a brand new, revived, a brand new, rejuvenated, a truly evolved being. After myself and any with me have been on Jerivify, the algorithm, for 10 years, then they will be cured. My name is Rodney Berry. I tell you this, woman has won the battle of life against aging and death. Can I not say this? Can I not say this? We have all the data necessary. Our ancestors declared woman was very valuable to us. I declare this. Man is great, but he loves his woman so much, he built civilization for her. My name is Rodney Berry. Have a good day.